Welcome back. In part 1, we explored 3 grains that quietly support aging muscles and restore energy from the inside out. And in today's video, we're diving into 4 more powerful grains that deserve a spot in your kitchen, each backed by research and packed with strength-building potential. Let's get started. Number 4. Sorghum, the red grain that fights fatigue and calms inflammation. In many parts of the world, sorghum is known as the forgotten red grain, but inside this deep-colored seed lies a rare power, especially for older adults struggling with slow digestion, tired muscles, or stubborn inflammation that just won't go away. What makes sorghum so unique is a group of natural compounds called 3-deoxyanthocyanidins. These belong to a family of plant pigments known as polyphenols. Think of them like cellular firefighters, rushing in to neutralize unstable molecules called free radicals that damage our tissues over time. This damage is called oxidative stress, and it's one of the quiet reasons why aging muscles weaken, joints stiffen, and memory fades. But sorghum doesn't stop there. It also acts as a natural anti-inflammatory agent. It gently lowers the production of 2 specific chemical messengers in the body, TNF-alpha and IL-6. These are called cytokines. And while they're important during infection, in older adults they often stay high for too long, leading to chronic inflammation in joints, blood vessels, and even the brain. By lowering these signals, sorghum helps the body feel calmer, clearer, and less burdened. If you're managing blood sugar or noticing dips in energy after meals, sorghum may offer something even more special. It naturally blocks 2 enzymes, alpha amylase and alpha glucosidase, that break down starch into sugar. Think of these enzymes as scissors that cut carbs into glucose. Sorghum blunts those scissors just a little, so sugar enters your bloodstream more slowly. That's good news for your pancreas, your brain, and your energy levels. Sorghum also helps with cholesterol. It contains phytosterols, plant-based molecules that compete with cholesterol during digestion, pushing bad LDL levels down. It's also rich in resistant starch, a type of carbohydrate that resists digestion in the small intestine and instead feeds beneficial bacteria in the colon. This not only improves gut health and reduces constipation, but also helps regulate fat, metabolism, weight, and immune balance. And here's something many don't know. Sorghum is naturally gluten-free. That means if you're sensitive to gluten or have celiac disease, you can enjoy sorghum without bloating, cramping, or risk of inflammation in your gut. Its soluble fiber content also forms a gentle gel in the stomach, slowing digestion and making you feel fuller longer, which is helpful for blood sugar and weight control. In 2022, a detailed review in the journal Helion confirmed sorghum's ability to reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, improve cholesterol levels, and help control blood sugar. Another review from Antioxidants in 2021 even noted its potential anti-cancer benefits, showing that certain sorghum pigments could block the growth of abnormal cells and help protect DNA from age-related damage. To cook sorghum, simply rinse it under cold water, then boil it in 3 parts water to 1 part sorghum. Simmer for about 45 to 60 minutes until the grains are tender yet pleasantly chewy, like a heartier version of barley. Don't rush it. That slower texture is exactly what makes it digest more gently in older stomachs. You can stir cooked sorghum into soups and stews, or toss it with olive oil and roasted vegetables for a warm lunch. For breakfast, try it with cinnamon, apple slices, and a drizzle of honey. And for those with chewing difficulties, blend cooked sorghum into a porridge, or use sorghum flour for soft pancakes and muffins. In the end, sorghum is not just food. It's a gentle therapy for aging bodies. Gluten-free, full of fiber, protective plant pigments, and healing energy, it feeds not just your stomach, but your strength and calm Paris. Number 5. Millet, the ancient seed that guards your gut and lowers your sugar. This humble grain has been grown for over 7,000 years, yet it's only now being rediscovered as one of nature's smartest choices for older adults. At the heart of millet's power lies something you can't even see: a rich blend of natural fibers and plant chemicals. Inside each tiny grain is a storehouse of insoluble fiber, which acts like a gentle broom through the digestive tract. It speeds up sluggish bowels, prevents constipation, and feeds friendly bacteria in the colon, those little microbes that keep your immune system calm, your mood lighter, and your gut working like it should. But millet doesn't just stop in the gut. It's also packed with polyphenols, natural antioxidants that fight off the slow cellular damage caused by free radicals. Among these, ferulic acid stands out. Think of it as a protective shield for your blood vessels and nerves, helping to soothe silent inflammation that builds up with age. In fact, this compound may reduce the oxidative stress that contributes to high blood pressure, memory loss, and even joint stiffness. And that's not all. Scientists have also discovered that millet bran, the outer layer of the grain, contains active compounds that gently inhibit an enzyme called ACE, short for angiotensin-converting enzyme. This enzyme plays a key role in blood pressure regulation by tightening blood vessels, but when it's slowed down, those vessels relax, and pressure comes down more naturally, without the need for synthetic drugs. This gives millet a gentle, food-based way to support healthier circulation, especially in older adults who are trying to manage borderline or early-stage hypertension without side effect. For anyone managing diabetes or pre-diabetes, millet has another trick up its sleeve. It has a naturally low glycemic index, which means it doesn't spike blood sugar the way white rice or wheat flour can. That's thanks to a slower breakdown of starch, made possible by compounds that gently inhibit carbohydrate-digesting enzymes. In a sense, millet tells your body, let's take it slow. And your pancreas breathes a sigh of relief. The benefits don't stop there. Millet's outer layer, or bran, is especially rich in lignans and phenolic acids that go beyond digestion and inflammation. They also help improve your lipid profile. That means reducing LDL, the bad cholesterol that clogs arteries, and gently raising HDL, the good cholesterol that helps carry excess fats out of the bloodstream. This dual action makes millet a silent partner in protecting the heart, a gift for anyone over 60. And here's something many older adults deeply appreciate. Millet is naturally gluten-free. That makes it a safe option for anyone with celiac disease, gluten intolerance, or a sensitive digestive system. It digests smoothly, without gas, bloating, or inflammation, and still provides a rich feeling of fullness after meals. So how do you cook it? The process is simple. Rinse the millet under cool water. Then bring 1 cup of millet to a boil with 2.5 to 3 cups of water. Cover, lower the heat, and simmer gently for 20 to 25 minutes. For a soft, porridge-like texture, use more water. For fluffy, rice-like grains, use less. Once cooked, it can be eaten warm with a bit of olive oil and herbs, or sweetened lightly with cinnamon and a handful of raisins. You can also add millet to soups, stews, or stuff it inside vegetables like bell peppers or tomatoes. If you prefer baking, look for millet flour, a great substitute for wheat in pancakes, muffins, and bread. And for those with chewing issues, cooked millet can be blended into a soft mash, easy on the teeth yet full of strength. Number 6. Oats, the muscle whisperer in your morning bowl. Oats may seem humble, just another grain in your pantry. But for anyone over 60 waking up with aching legs or a weakening grip, this familiar food holds an extraordinary secret. At the heart of its power lies oat bran, a soft, golden layer, rich in dietary fiber, beta-glucans, and polyphenols. Unlike regular oats, oat bran is concentrated with these active compounds that do far more than help digestion. As we grow older, muscle fibers weaken partly because of chronic inflammation and oxidative stress, two invisible forces that silently chip away at our strength. Oat bran works like a guardian from within. It reduces systemic inflammation by calming down overactive immune signals, especially inflammatory proteins like TNF-alpha, Illinois-6, and IL-1 beta, the same molecules found elevated in arthritis, heart disease, and sarcopenia. Think of them like fire alarms in the body that never stop ringing. Oat bran helps silence them. At the same time, oat bran restores your body's antioxidant defenses. It boosts the activity of enzymes like superoxide dismutase and glutathione peroxidase, two internal janitors that sweep away damaging free radicals before they hurt your cells. What's especially impressive is how oat bran revives the mitochondria, the little power stations inside your muscles. It activates proteins like FIS1, which keeps mitochondria healthy and functioning, and CTC, or cytochrome C, a crucial link in the energy chain reaction that fuels every muscle contraction you make. When these elements are working in harmony, Your muscles regain both their power and endurance, but Oat Bran doesn't stop there. It nurtures your gut microbiome like a skilled gardener. It encourages the growth of beneficial bacteria such as Bifidobacterium and Lactobacillus, which in turn produce short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs. These SCFAs help reinforce your intestinal lining and send chemical signals that reduce inflammation far beyond the gut, including deep within muscle tissues. A 2023 study by Rui Dong and colleagues demonstrated this with compelling clarity. Mice on a high-fat diet quickly lost grip, strength, stamina, and muscle quality. Yet when Oat Bran was added, their strength returned, and even their endurance on treadmill tests significantly improved. Their muscles began expressing healthier genes, FIS1 and SITE-C among them, and the entire system, from gut to bloodstream to muscle tissue, recalibrated itself toward balance and strength. This wasn't just a rodent miracle. A clinical trial published in Foods in 2021 found that adults aged 50 to 75 who consumed oat-based beta-glucan and polyphenol drinks for just 4 weeks saw remarkable improvements. Their post-meal blood sugar spikes were flatter, insulin sensitivity improved, and LDL cholesterol levels dropped. These changes are not just biochemical. They are deeply physical. They help preserve strength, delay fatigue, and keep the heart and muscles working in synchrony. So how do you harness this? Choose Oat Bran over ordinary oats, ideally with at least 5% beta-glucan content. You can stir it into warm water with a sprinkle of cinnamon, blend it into smoothies, or use it to replace part of the flour in pancakes or muffins. Aim for 2-3 tablespoons each morning. Taken consistently, it won't be long before you notice quieter joints, steadier legs, and energy that lingers. Number 7. Buckwheat, a humble seed that reawakens resilience. Among the many ancient grains being rediscovered today, buckwheat stands out not just for its rustic charm, but for the quiet power it holds within each tiny triangular seed. At the heart of buckwheat's strength lies a potent duo, rutin and quercetin, two plant compounds, known as flavonoids. These aren't just antioxidants in the vague, marketing sense. They directly influence the health of our blood vessels, reduce oxidative stress within mitochondria, the powerhouses of our cells, and suppress chronic low-grade inflammation by inhibiting enzymes like COX-2 and INOS. In simpler terms, they help muscles receive more oxygen, prevent cellular rust, and calm down the fires of chronic inflammation that quietly erode strength over time. But buckwheat doesn't stop there. One of its lesser-known heroes is D-chiroinositol, a naturally occurring compound that acts like a whisperer to insulin. By making muscles more responsive to insulin signals, it ensures that glucose, the body's primary energy source, gets where it's needed, into the cells, not stuck in the bloodstream. For older adults, where insulin resistance often creeps in, this means more stable energy, better muscle nourishment, and a powerful shield against age-related muscle loss. Also known as sarcopenia, its amino acid profile is also impressive. Buckwheat contains all 9 essential amino acids, including lysine, which is often low in other grains, but critical for muscle repair and collagen formation, combined with a generous dose of magnesium for neuromuscular function and zinc for protein synthesis. Buckwheat offers a complete package for supporting lean muscle mass and recovery. These benefits aren't just theory. A 2021 review by Krungu et al. Emphasized buckwheat's rich rutin content and its vasoprotective and anti-inflammatory capabilities. Another 2022 study by Zhang and colleagues found that diets incorporating buckwheat led to reductions in blood glucose, LDL cholesterol, and systemic inflammation, reinforcing its role in metabolic and cardiovascular health. Researchers also observed improvements in muscle recovery markers and endurance-related gene expression, suggesting buckwheat's impact goes beyond the bloodstream into the very tissue of strength itself. So how should you add buckwheat to your meals? Think of it like a grain, but treat it with care. Before cooking, soak the seeds in water for 6 to 8 hours to reduce anti-nutrients and enhance digestibility. Then, steam, simmer into porridge, or mix with rice. Consuming around 40 to 60 grams, 2 to 3 times per week, is a practical and effective way to gain its full benefits without overloading your system. Buckwheat is not loud, not flashy, but in its quiet resilience, lies a deep nourishment, a strength drawn from tradition, and a promise rooted in science. Thank you for spending your time with us today. We hope this video has inspired you to make simple, powerful changes for a stronger, healthier future. Every small step you take toward better nutrition is a gift to your body and your well-being. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your loved ones. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue bringing valuable health insights to our community. Take care, stay curious, and as always, may you stay strong, vibrant, and full of life at every age.